Welcome to the NC Spin After Spin. Additional comments from our panelists just available on our website. Rob Schofield, we covered a lot of territory in our last show. What do you wish you had had a chance to say but you didn't?
I wish we could have talked a little bit more about the just amazing inadequacy of these executive orders that President Trump issued this past weekend and the inadequacy of the federal government's response. We need a full-scale, all hands on deck, all across the board response to the virus in the coming weeks and months. We've got local governments that are going broke. I talked to somebody rather highly placed in the treasurer's office recently, told me that local governments are in big trouble. It's going to get worse, particularly for rural governments, rural communities. We've got funding needs that are desperate in our schools. The Postal Service is on life support. And Trump issues these sort of half-baked executive orders and said, that pretty much takes care of everything. Of course it doesn't take care of everything. Even the unemployment insurance, which is highly questionable, is going to be an $800 a month budget hit to families who are barely hanging on. So and that's at its best. So, I mean, there's just so much that was left undone. And it was, I think, Trump who drove the Senate away from the negotiations. I think that's a really bad omen for the fall for our country.
You bring up a really, really good point about the Treasurer's office being concerned about these local governments. The reality of the situation is that most all of them owe money, bonded indebtedness, and so forth like that. It's the Treasurer's responsibility to make sure those bills get paid, even to the extent of stepping in and taking over these local governments if they need to. We can't afford to jeopardize our AAA credit rating, both for the state and for some of our larger communities. Do you think this is going to become a problem?
I mean, it is a problem. It's a problem across the country. The League here in North Carolina, the League of Municipalities has been arguing, pleading with Senators Tillis and Burr to please get on board with a federal relief package. That is the obvious answer. There are state and local governments across the country who are in desperate straits. The federal government needs to step up to the plate. And this notion that they could somehow just tighten their belts, the belts are already on the last notch. They can't tighten them any further.
Some say it's too late to really be doing and having a big effect. Do you think?
I think that may well be the case. But we've obviously got to do what we can and save what we can. We don't want a complete breakdown of our local governments in this state and across the country.
Thanks for watching the After Spin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.